Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
But as I said, this is a new experience for all of us, and we have to get used to this for the next couple of meetings. So we aren't going to take it to public comment. We will, however, take suggestions from you as you email them to Sarah for our next meeting. How we can, in fact, work better with the committee. Will you put up our agenda, please? Because each of us is in a separate location, we're used to sitting beside each other in town hall, where we simply call for a vote and speak up. Tonight I will be taking a roll call vote. So each time a motion is made to approve something, and it's seconded, we'll name the person who has seconded it and we'll also, when I call for a vote, ask the person to vote yea or nay by speaking their name, so we know who's voting, and it will be reflected in our minutes. A question from the people who are listening. Sarah, Regina, Steve, and Sharon. Nope.
Your audio keeps fading in and out, Peggy.
I'm going to have to stay right on top of my. It is recording.
Yes, it does.
I will stay right on top of my screen then. Okay, is that better?
You have some echoing. Do you have your phone on or just your computer?
That's my computer.
Okay.
Nothing else. I don't have any TV on in the building. I don't have my cell phone has been turned off. So no, I don't have anything on right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to start, Peggy?
I do. So I'm going to start with accounts payable. Steve, you want to take that?
Yep. Okay. I move to approve the accounts payable check register of $48,654.75. Checks issued 3/27/2020. This includes a $25,000 payment trustees of trust funds for the 2020 capital reserve appropriation, and authorize Sarah to be able to sign it.
Second.
Is there any discussion? The motion was made by Steve DeMassio and seconded by Cheryl Mayberry. Steve, how do you?
Vote aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
And I, as chair of the select board, I'm voting aye. Although, so we are all in favor and the motion passes. Payroll, Steve?
I move to approve the payroll register totaling $24,736.51. Check dated 3/27/2020, and the 9/41 payroll tax transfer of $4,860.74, and authorize Sarah Downey to approve it.
Second.
Thank you, Cheryl. Are there any questions or discussion about this? Hearing none, I'm going to ask for a vote. Steve?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Aye. The motion is passed. Do you have committee reports of any kind? We probably don't, do we? Those weren't sent out to us, so we'll skip that for next week. We'll hold the Zoning Board of Adjustment committee report for March 18th until next week. The next item on the agenda are property tax abatements. Steve, do you have that with you in front of you?
I'm not sure which one we're looking at. Are we looking at the Thompson?
Yes, I believe so.
That's right.
I move to abate the amount of $556 for map 5, lot 2, sublot 8.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments about this? If not, Steve?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Peggy? Aye. The abatement is approved. The current use item on the agenda tonight.
You bring that up, Sarah?
Can you bring that up? Let's see if we can get down here. We got through the abatement.
There we go.
Here it is.
Keep going.
This is coming up.
Good.
Here we are.
Well, I move to approve the application for current use.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments about it? It's for lot 11, map 51.
That's where I was looking. Okay.
Steve?
Aye. Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
And I approve. All those in favor then is approved. Okay, the next we have demolition permits. I am going to recuse myself from one of these because in fact I have had some discussions with this family about their work on this property. So Steve, will you take this please?
Okay. So do I have a motion to approve the demolition permit?
I moved.
Map
Oh,
20,
you're good.
lot 32.
He's moving. Yeah.
It's up on.
Okay.
Oh,
I get. Am I seconding? Are you moving or?
move it, Cheryl.
Okay. Second.
Okay. All in favor? Any
Aye.
discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Steve, aye.
It's been approved. Thank you. And note for the record that I recused myself on that item. Let's see if we can get down to the next item here. Oops, I've got the agenda back in front of me again.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
I move to approve the demolition permit for map 13, lot 19, to remove a shed.
Right. The permit number is 2020-08. I second.
Are there any questions or comments about this motion? Steve?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Peggy and I. The ayes have it, and that is approved. The demolition permit for 2020-08. Sorry, we're bumping along in here, but we're doing the best we can. Under the circumstances, we'll get smoother, I'm sure, if we're required to do this for very long. I'm going to old business then. And last week, when we were making assignments of who would be liaison to which committee or department, we forgot, as Cheryl reminded me, we forgot the recreation department liaison, and Cheryl will continue to work with that department. Is that correct, Cheryl?
Yes.
And I have been working with both welfare and for scholarship and would like to continue that. Although, as I indicated to Cheryl at one point in discussion, once I finish doing some work with the welfare on rewrite of some of their policies to bring them up to date with current RSAs, I may ask if she would take that over. But we can, if that's okay.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. It kind of fits into some of the stuff I do. So.
Okay. Any questions about either of those things? There is some really old business that's still pending that we're not going to deal with tonight. For instance, the lights of the bridge in Rockingham, and obviously our town deeded properties. We haven't had any new news from any of those yet, so we'll continue to keep them in the background of old business. Let's go on to new business if we could, please. And the first item on that happens to be the report of appropriations, which needs to be filed following up on our town meeting and all of the things that we approved. It's MS 242. Sarah, can you call that up for us? All right, Steve?
Was this sent out to us, Cheryl?
Yes, we got this, but it's actually the MS 232, not 242.
What I
Okay.
spoke, sorry about that.
No, that's the agenda says 242, but it's the 232. I looked through it. It looks fine to me.
You're
So
right.
I move that we sign the MS 232.
Second?
Are there any questions or comments about it at all? Hearing none, then we'll vote. Steve?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
I vote aye. The ayes have it. The motion is carried, and we will file the MS 232. Thank you. The next item is the Capital Reserve Fund voucher. At town meeting, we approved a Capital Reserve Fund to add $25,000 to the Capital Reserve Fund for Highway. Steve?
I make a motion to approve the voucher request for $25,000 payable to the trustees of trust funds for the Highway Capital Reserve Fund appropriation, warrant article number 6.
Second.
Any questions or comments about it? Steve?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. It's already been put in those. It's a double duty when you do this because we've already approved it in our appropriations earlier in the meeting. The next one is the Police Capital Reserve Fund voucher for $15,000. I think the agenda says $15, but it's actually $15,000 for warrant article 10. Steve?
I make a motion to approve the voucher request for $15,000 payable to trustees of trust funds for the Police Capital Reserve Fund, warrant article number 10.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Cheryl. Are there any questions about it? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. Steve?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
I vote aye. The ayes have it. The motion is passed. May I have a motion for the next one, which is the Edson Grout, is our welfare company that we deal with. This is a weekly payment from the Edson Grout.
Okay. I move to approve the purchase order 909646 for Edson Grout for weekly payments for the welfare director in the amount of $153.58.
Second.
Thank you, Steve. Are there any questions about it? If not, I'll call for a vote. Steve?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
A vote's aye. The ayes have it, so this is approved. I'm going to ask Sarah to please drop our signatures in. You have them all from all of us, I believe, so you can put our signatures in on that voucher. Okay, Sarah?
Yes, can do.
Thank you very much. Is there any other new business to come before the board tonight?
Peggy, I would just like to say that all the things that we approved tonight, Sarah can go ahead and place our signatures.
Thank you, Steve. There's a motion to do that, and do you agree with that, Cheryl?
Yes.
I'll take that as a motion. Any comments or questions? I'd like a vote, please, from you, Steve.
Aye.
Aye.
I agree with that. So, Sarah, you can use our electronic signatures to sign all the documents that we approved tonight. All right?
Will do.
Is there any other business that needs to come up tonight? I have one item that doesn't appear on the agenda that I would like to bring forth. I think it was sent to all of you. If you recall, at town meeting, we approved an article that authorized the select board to write to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission on behalf of the town regarding the dams and the erosion which is occurring because of the water flow in the Wilder, Bellows Falls, and Vernon dams. You recall that discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
I sent you a copy of the letter that I have written, and I had consultation with both Tom Beaudry, who introduced this at town meeting, and also with the local Connecticut River Group. And we have written this letter and Sarah can drop our signatures into it if in fact you all will approve the letter. Can I have,
Make a motion to approve the letter
Steve?
for the warrant article 12, is that correct?
Is there a second, Cheryl?
Second,
Are there any comments or questions about it? The letter basically, which is now up on the screen, the letter basically repeats the warrant article, which was the recommendation of both Tom and the Connecticut River Group.
Yeah, I'll change that motion to approve the letter as presented.
Thank you.
second,
Thank you. If there are no more comments or questions about it, I'd like to have a vote. Steve?
Aye.
Cheryl?
aye.
I vote aye, so the ayes have it. And we will the motion passes, and we'll once again ask Sarah to drop our signatures into it. All right?
Yep,
Anything else
works for me.
come up at all? Hearing none, I'm going to adjourn this meeting. And we will, because we had very short business tonight, but we'll adjourn this meeting and we will then have to go into a non-public meeting for personnel issues that cannot be done in a public session. So I'm going to conclude our meeting and ask that you all leave it, and thank you all very much. I'll see you at the next one.